It can be us. We have a fire department in for 1 minute.
So that'll come up as one of the solutions.
Is there that cyber? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So is it gonna be true?
In that vein.
I heard you say that. Well, they have to redo the whole septic and water treatment plant. 7.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I see no anybody out there who would want to address council as so we'll move into the regular meeting, except can I have a motion to accept the council minutes of November 8th?
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion to pay the bills.
No, we pay the bills. Second.
Any additions, Debbie? Anything?
No, it didn't.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? EPA bills are there for information only. Motion to accept the fiscal officer's monthly financial reports.
Motion. Second.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, item 1 is a motion to accept a 3-year engineering services agreement with OHM. And that is recommended. If you look in your sheets in the back, that'll be 825 and 24 or 9,900. It'll be 875 in 25 or 10.5 and 925 in 26 or 11.1. So can I have a motion and a second?
So moved. Second.
Any questions on that one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We like what you guys do.
Thank you.
What, I know I saw it somewhere. What was the total grant money that we've gotten with these
Oh,
guys?
I don't remember.
It's a little bit over 850,000, past 7 years.
That's awesome.
I did some numbers on what we're talking about tonight, and we applied for $1 million. We're going to be applying for $1 million, including the 480 with NOACA.
Yeah.
And we've gotten over 850.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Item 2, OHM engineering proposal for Greenwich Road slope. Jason and Josh, Josh Legan, not normally here, but here tonight with Jason. And I'm gonna turn it over to them. If you look back there, there's both a fact sheet and an engineering cost sheet, which runs a whole page there. There's 2 different things you might want to look at, but I'll let Jason explain.
Yeah, I just wanted to introduce Josh Slager real quick. He's with OHM, he's a principal. He's done a lot of ODOT work, a lot more than I have, so if you get the nuts and bolts of this, if you guys had questions, he'd be able to answer without doing that. That's why I heard from yeah, so the project fact sheet is kind of a summary of this proposal, and this proposal covers everything design-wise. You know, because it's an ODOT project, so we have to have ODOT certified survey, right-of-way acquisition, have to follow their design standards, emitting. So what this proposal is kind of like for us to manage the entire thing. We would be designing it with SNME, and their work is included in here. Our plan is to design up to 30% and then stop and come back to you guys. Because I know besides the slope repair, there's also the question of bringing the sidewalk off the curb a little more. We don't know the extent of the cost that's gonna entail though. If we move the sidewalk back, you have to follow ODOT standards, you have to have a little leeway after, you know, a little cushion afterwards and a general slope before we go down. So until we get survey, we don't know how much fill or if we even have to extend our soil slope a little bit further down just to help support that sidewalk until we're about 30%.
Good question. Mike.
Sure.
I would think ODOT would want us to pull it back if we could. I mean, if
Oh,
they want
I wouldn't-
on the edge for the slope, I think they'd want it away from the road too, wouldn't they?
Probably, yeah, I don't think they'd want you to not to, right?
Okay.
But we need to determine what the cost difference is first. And at 30%, we'll have a good idea on survey. We'll be able to come to you and say, hey, if you want to move the sidewalk here, we'll have a recommendation and we'll have a good idea. So this proposal in front of you is assuming we're doing the entire 660 feet of work. Like, not just the 300 feet that requires stabilization, but the additional 300 of new grading, just so that sidewalk can come back. You know, if we decide that that cost is too hefty, we want to leave it there and we're just going to do our original 300 feet. This would be reduced a little bit and plan set would go down a little bit.
Weren't we going beyond 300 feet because there was still slope over to the
Yeah,
side?
it would, if we're going to move the sidewalk, yes, it would be, I think, 660 feet there.
Even without doing that, wasn't
The survey will give us the exact number. It didn't go all the way from driveway to driveway though. Unless we move the sidewalk. I think it was close. It would be a little bit more, you're right, but I don't have the exact until we get the survey.
just seemed crazy to.
Some of it did look pretty steep, yeah. Yeah, the survey.
Used to fall over.
I want to also make, so you guys, so just so you know, the cost of this is reimbursable through OPWC. Our plan is to apply for that funding as well, both this coming summer in 24 and again, if we don't get it, and again in 25. Because this is so well funded with NOACA, it looks really good in the numbers. It will leverage really well. I think it scores really well. So you guys would be paying this and with the hopes of that it would be reimbursed by OPWC in the next year or following year. They do have a 2-year look back where if even though you've paid and we're applying now, they'll still reimburse us for some of the design and construction costs. So so the very bottom, on the very bottom or the middle of the funding section, the very bottom construction section, I have OPWC application in there. So in the perfect world when we're awarded this, the village is only going to be on the hook for a total of 42,123. But that's again assuming we get OPWC funds, so I'll pay for this design. But yeah, so this entire proposal is to again, manage the whole project. SNME would be reporting right to us. You guys wouldn't have to deal with anything. We'll be the sole contact for the village throughout this process. I know it's pretty thick and there's a lot of reading in here, but any questions you have between the two of us, we should be able to.
Another question on the fact sheet. So we would be on the hook for the 42,123, but we would be paying the 198, 817 up front until that.
So that's the construction portion. You got to go up to the design. You'll be paying the 143,950 up front.
Okay.
That's what this is.
That's the one. Okay.
Yeah, this is the 143,950. So you're paying this up front and then manage this whole project. And then in the 20, then we have 2 cycles to apply for funding to bite into that.
In the end, we would only be on the hook for 42,123 if it all comes through.
Yes, and I did pre-score it already. I already ran through the numbers, assuming they don't change anything. It does score pretty well. With that NOACA funds in there and it being a road infrastructure project, it scores really well in this district. So I'm pretty confident. I ask one that we're only asking for 342 from them. That's pretty low in their ball field. So I think it scores great.
Jason, do you or Deb, do you have an extra copy of that?
Of this,
That
Jason, the 660 feet, where does that take us?
that is driveway to driveway. I don't know if you remember when we walked the site on the south side.
Yeah.
The driveway, even though I don't think we're gonna be doing the parties on the side, it's from driveway to driveway. It's the entire length, so.
So that would be
Tom's the Living Good.
I don't know that, I can't remember the name of the owners, but that'd be
the
the
first
first,
asphalt driveway up to Penrose's driveway.
yes.
Okay, because that's where we kind of stopped.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that right, Dave? Okay. Got it.
So yeah, and again, this is assuming the full sidewalk. We're gonna come to you at 30% to see how we want to proceed with that. How much work do we really want to do?
And when you say, 30% of your,
When we get, after we get survey done and we get about 30% into design, so we know what we're looking at, we're not gonna, so we're not, When I can design it completely, then come back and ask you, we'll get enough to get numbers to you. Say, here's what it's gonna cost if we wanna do this. Here's-
i.e. you'll be able to figure out the slope enough.
Yeah, we have a quick summary of that, yeah. Yeah, then I think that'll be around March, April. We'll be coming back with 30% and making a final decision on what you guys wanna do.
And it would be sometime after that discussions would take place with property owners, I think.
Yeah, when is, right away acquisition cost, I forgot where that is in here, schedule wise, that's saying, when does it start, is it on there?
So it's gonna be more of
Yeah.
end of 24 and most of the 2025 period, with construction being in 2026. So that's one thing with the federal funds and ODOT being involved. They have a very strict process when it comes to acquiring any kind of property for this project. It's a very, formalized process and steps that you have to follow anytime you want to acquire property for a federally funded construction project. So that's why ODOT wanted to make sure that there was plenty of time to follow all those steps.
Yeah, they gave us a year in the schedule just for that. I don't think we're gonna need a year, we're only dealing with 3 parcels, I think, but
So if
it's a long time for that.
if we do have to, be involved with taking some land or negotiating on that, will you help with the paperwork?
The right of way acquisition?
Yeah.
I believe that's in, is that,
Is that in there?
let me double check.
Yes, we have right away.
That's a good question. I should-
Survey engineering, right of way bidding management.
We have ultimate right
Yeah,
away.
correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but I think we do the right of way, we just have to, if there's costs, if any of the property owners fight, you have to negotiate a cost, that's an additional to this, so if they wanna ship my money, you have to pay that, but I think the actual paperwork and survey is covered in here.
Yeah, it sounds like you're a lot more familiar with that paperwork than I would be, so I would need your help on that.
Yeah, we will develop all the right of way plans, the legal descriptions, everything that is ready, to make that offer to that property owner. And then there would be, after the right of way is acquired, one of the tasks that's in here is actually setting the new right of way pins at the property corners. So, that way, all that stuff is taken care of. If it's something where there's going to be negotiations as far as, you're not coming to agreement with that property owner, you may need to bring in a third party right of way acquisition consultant. That's something that we can look at once all the plans are set to see if that is the step that the village would need to take to acquire that.
You talked about the 2-year look back for the reimbursement. If we get into like 2026, is that a problem if it pushes too far?
We would be applying in, we're gonna
2020?
apply in 24.
Right.
And if we don't get it again in 25, which still looks back here, if we're applying in 26, so the project's in construction, we could still apply, I don't know. So 20, 25, 24, I don't know, I think this might be past that by then, but if we could use it for construction funds and kind of just move your money elsewhere, that'd help. Yeah, they have exactly a 2-year look back for design, so we start today, it's December of 23, December of 25, so the 26 application.
It's design that they have the look back for, the 2-year look back on design work. Okay, not project, design work.
Right.
Okay.
And we would be in construction, so we could still use that too. We could still ask for some help there.
Okay, and so item 2, anything else you want to add before any questions before we act on this?
Nothing more.
All right, can I have a motion and a second to accept the engineering proposal that you see down here, that one to the 143,950?
Someone.
Second.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now, you said you're gonna do 30% or something up
Yeah.
front. Do you need a separate, I guess I'm asking.
No, it says in here, we're gonna stop 30% and come talk to you guys.
So you're gonna move ahead knowing
Yeah.
that you can go to 30% of 143?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Any other questions for them? All right, any other old business anybody have? New business, ordinance 2023-12, authorize mayor to execute documents to accept grant funding, purchase property and record restrictions related to the Westfield Woods project. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I have a motion to adopt that.
So moved.
All right, let's slow down a second. This would only be, this doesn't mean it's happened. This only means if it does happen,
This authorize,
I can sign it.
that's right, it authorizes you to sign and deliver the documents necessary to close the transaction.
Other questions on this?
Is that? Is this a good time to ask if that moving along or?
So I was gonna, I can offer,
That's an executive session.
All right.
the update for purposes of today's public meeting, there will be some discussion, I think, in executive session, but there was an extension to the due diligence period. So we now have a due diligence period originally that expired this past Friday. It's been extended to this current Friday. Couple technical issues, I think, that need to be ironed out this week. And then assuming they are, potentially we could be moving forward with everything. So,
Good.
but yeah, there'll be further discussion of that and then just some technical components of the terms that might need to be revisited. That's what's going to be covered in executive session. So, but provided everything gets ironed out, we need to make sure the mayor is authorized to take those steps.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 2, an ordinance adopting edits and inclusions of the codified ordinances of the Village of Westfield Center. Can I have a motion to suspend?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to adopt?
Second.
Any questions on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same. Ordinance 2023-14. Ordinance accepting the bid for the sewer relining. First, we'll suspend the rules.
Move.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Before I get into a motion, Jason,
Yeah,
tell us what we gotta know.
The lowest bidder was in situ form, $167,851, and we worked with them before in the Cleveland area. They're well recommended. We had no issues with their bid form, so it's recommended that they awarded this project. This is the lining on Greenwich Road. We gave them a window of all next year to complete it, so we can get some bids in. And they came in below their estimate, so it's recommended that we award it to them.
Of that 157, how much of that is grant money and how much of that is Westfield Center's?
Where'd that go? Yeah, right now, we're 120, what you just said, 129.60 is already awarded, and we're actually applying for an additional 21,160. Actually just applied last week to help cover the gaps.
So it'll be virtually covered.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a literally 20.
Yeah, it'll be,
Dave, you good?
Yes.
Okay.
it'll be 35,000 out of pocket once all the grants are done.
BPA's paying for that, right?
I think
From the
I
general
think
fund.
council agreed to take those.
Tom's gonna donate his right-of-way settlement.
Oh, no, we're not done with that.
Oh,
Can we get to that point?
oh, I think,
Bring
I
trains
think-
to that meeting.
I think you better line up your outside negotiator, sounds to me like. Can I have a motion in a second to accept that bid of 167,851?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed other than Tom?
Okay, just to clarify, we are paying that with the general fund.
Yes,
Okay,
Yes.
all right,
that's what we've always agreed to.
right.
Yes.
Moving on to 4, a resolution 2023-11, a resolution authorizing OHM to apply for gap funding grant that reduces the sewer lining project local match for the second project we're talking, for the next.
Oh, we just awarded
For the
to.
one,
Yeah,
this
the
is
one we
for
just
this
talked
one we just fill in that gap. Okay, all those in, let's,
So
motion to
moved.
suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second.
You were ready. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Probably no. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 2023-12, a resolution authorizing OHM to apply for grant funding for replacing the clarifier drives at the sewer plant. And there's some paperwork back in there for you on that. Too far back. There's a sheet there, I see 58,000 for the total cost of the project. Is that what I see?
11.6 would be Westfield
Yeah,
Center.
yeah, so we applied for 46,400 from that same source for the, yeah. So the local share would be 11,600, correct?
And that's, right now we're applying for it. We'll see if we get it. We go from there when we get it.
Correct.
A motion to suspend the rules.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to adopt.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We need to set a year-end meeting.
Just as a means of giving a place to start, I talked to Debbie today about the earliest that we could have the year-end meeting, and she said anytime after December 18th, which is a Monday. I'd like to throw out for council's consideration, Thursday, December 21st, Friday, December 22nd. Wednesday, those would be the Thursday and Friday before Christmas. Wednesday, the 27th, 2 days after Christmas, or Thursday, the 28th. So it'd be Thursday and Friday before the week of Christmas, Wednesday and Thursday, the week of Christmas.
I'm good with all four.
And this is gonna be a morning meeting, right?
What do we want to do? What are we?
I think first thing in the morning would
Yeah,
be
Thursday
good.
the
I'm
21st.
good first thing in the morning every date except the
Yeah.
20th.
Let's do after Christmas if we have, most are okay with it.
How about the 27th?
Wednesday?
That's fine.
December
At 8,
27
8 o'clock works. for
at
you.
8 AM.
Mayor, is that good with you?
Oh, it's not good with me, but I'll be here. I'll be here.
Go to bed early on Tuesday.
So 8
I
AM,
won't be able
Wednesday,
to sleep worried
December
about when I wake up.
27th.
We need a motion on that.
do a motion.
I move we conduct our year-end meeting at 8 AM on Wednesday, December 27th.
Second.
Second on that.
Yeah.
Right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, does anybody have any other old or new business? Engineers report. Is
Yeah,
everything well?
Didn't get, I don't know if you noticed, I didn't get a report to you this month. Busy with the two split grants and and sidewalk roads, so, but we talked about everything that's happening right now, so, I think I can add anyway.
Any questions anybody have for Jason or his friend here tonight? Why we have
Understudy?
two of them here to work on it? I guess you guys are off the hook.
Thank you very much.
You have to have a report when you have the whole agenda.
Yeah.
Police department report.
Report for November. We had 3 written reports, 12 calls for service, no crashes in the village. We had 26 officer-generated citizens assist, 4 vacation watches. We had 1 assist to the Westfield Fire Department, 4 to the Sheriff's Office, 1 to the State Highway Patrol, 6 for the Seville Police Department, 4 for the Lodi Police Department, for a total of 16. We had 6 traffic stops, no criminal arrests, 6 warnings, and those citations are summons for the month.
Questions for the chief?
Did you hear about any break-ins over in Seville
Break-ins,
in vehicles?
yes,
Okay,
Yeah.
we got a notice from,
they're working an active case, yeah.
oh, okay, good,
Yeah.
good.
just as long as it doesn't move this way.
Yeah. I haven't had anything this way, you know.
See none, Jeff Hall is not here tonight, and I do not have any kind of report.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so refer to that for next month. Mr. Pittsburgher.
November's superintendent report. We processed 3.5 million gallons of waste, filed the monthly reports, performed all the required operational testing, and all the routine equipment maintenance. Here at Village Hall, we service the furnaces, the streets, the plow and salt equipment's ready to go. We trim trees, perform nuisance animal control, and we're getting to the tail end of leaf pickup. And right now we're at 58 loads. At the park, we set up for the tree lighting. We had no activity in the cemetery or zoning.
Dave, what is the absolute last day for leaf pickup? Do we know, or?
I actually don't establish one. It depends on who puts what out.
Okay.
I would say you won't do it after Christmas. Is that
No,
a
no.
statement? Okay.
Once we get into the weather, where they're gonna freeze in the piles and that, we won't do that. Very rarely do we ever have anybody put anything out. Even after the second week of December.
But when they went out today, how many, I mean, I drove by 4 or 5 just
Mm-hmm.
on the west side of town. What was, on the east side of town, what's the west side of town? Were they busy or?
No, there was nothing over on the west end today.
Just pick the date, weather permitting, just so people will stop blowing them to the curb, because
Yeah. What Dave's doing has worked.
yeah, but I'm just saying that, we can always just pick a date in December,
Yeah, we can.
15th of December, and say, because the thing I'd be afraid of is somebody thinks that there's leaf pickup and we decided not to do it, and then all of a sudden the curbs are full of leaves and.
When are the sewer bills going out?
They won't be going out until,
And we can think about it for next year. I
Or
don't
put it
know.
on the website or something.
Or hang, yeah, hang it on outside of here and on the windows, and
Put it out, leave it-
post
yeah, but
office.
Dave, there's going to be so many leaves out that week.
Yeah.
It'll be the rush.
Dave, you're just going out and looking to see if how much is out there and sending the guys out if there's a lot.
Correct, correct.
How does 58 compare to last year?
Well, the field, I think we were at 64 last year. So it's a little short, but.
Well, for now, just follow your.
Okay.
what you've been doing. Mayor's report, nothing. Law director.
We talked a little bit about the status of the purchase agreement. Be more discussion there to come. And also, actually, during the superintendent's report, made it out, even though I'm not a resident. I hope I was allowed. I made it out for the tree lighting, and I just thought everybody did a great job with that. It was a really neat event. My kids enjoyed it. They enjoyed the hot chocolate. Made a couple trips up there. So well done by everybody involved with that.
Okay, council comments and concerns, Mr. Bittner.
I have nothing.
Val.
Just kudos to Dave and his crew for all the help with the tree lighting. This is the first year that we didn't use an outside professional group to do it, and Dave's team did a wonderful job. Thank you.
Well, the things surely seem to come off good. Well, did you have a count estimate?
No, I didn't have a count estimate. I thought maybe it was a little bit less than the year before, and I feel badly that your children, usually we have a horse and carriage that does carriage rides
Oh,
around
yeah.
the circle. However, we were notified probably about 20 minutes before the start of the event that a gentleman had been injured by a horse and wasn't able to make it.
Oh.
So next year we are going to have Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C. So that there will be something going on that will give rides around the circle, so.
Well, it was chilly. I don't know how many people were gonna get on for those rides.
Yeah,
So,
that was cool, but carriage ride seems to be a big thing. People will just line up and they'll stay there for an hour waiting to get on, so
Yeah.
it's kind of sad that we missed that.
The fire was a popular activity. Though. It
Yeah,
kept
that
people
was-
warm. Everybody's
Yeah,
gathered
kept
around
everybody
that.
warm.
More of those.
Thank you, Al.
Yep.
This is Matt.
Nothing tonight.
I have nothing.
Robs?
I got an invite that to share with council. Judge McIlvain is retiring. They're having a little reception for him on December 8th from 1 o'clock till 3 o'clock at Wadsworth City Hall, and it's an open house. So I just wanted to share that with all council members. That's it.
Mr. Walker?
I have nothing.
Okay, the next scheduled meeting will be January 2nd, but we also have our special meeting. We have an executive session tonight for compensation of personnel, purchase of property, and possible discussion of litigation. This will be a little different tonight. I'd like Mr. Penrose to stay. I'd like Dave and Debbie to leave for the first part of the meeting, but to be available to come back in for the second part. I guess I've got that figured out. Okay, can I have a motion and a
There
second?
will be action after.
Oh, yes, thank you, Greg. Yes, there will be action after. Can I have a motion and a second to go into executive session?
Motion. Second.
All those in favor? Oh, you got to do a roll call, excuse me.
Yeah. Bittner,
Aye.
Connick,
Aye.
McNabb.
Aye.
Oaks,
Aye.
Robs,
Aye.
Walker.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. 7:30. I'll be ending the regular.
Thanks, guys, for coming tonight.